play Jenga. Evan, I know the last couple of days have been prepping, obviously, for the first round series against the Knicks. What are your impressions of New York?
They're a great team. Good in the pick and roll. Brunson's great playing downhill. They got good pieces around them, so we're really going to have to lock in on defense and play our defensive scheme and be on our spots early.
In the most recent game, obviously, you didn't have Jarrett, but, they controlled the boards. Out-rebounded you by 15. Offensive glass was 16-3. How do you combat that going into this series?
Just team effort. Everyone has to be on the boards, whether it's us bigs, also the guards as well. Everyone's just out there competing for the ball and coming up with as many 50-50 balls as we can.
So you guys have seen them with Julius, without Julius this last time. I guess seeing those differences and what were the big takeaways from that last game against them without him.
Yeah, Julius he's a big piece. So playing with him and without him are kind of two different games. And with him on the floor, they're definitely dynamic with him and Brunson. And with him off the floor, it's mostly Brunson doing a lot of playmaking and stuff like that. So it's two different games basically.
How do you think that play-in tournament last year prepared you guys for the more pressure of a playoff series?
I think it prepared us a good amount. It was definitely a playoff atmosphere. I saw the playing games yesterday. It was definitely a playoff atmosphere out there too. So I think it prepared us for the pressures and all the fans and all that. But we're going to go out there, do our job, and play as good as we can.
How much motivation did you take from the way it ended, and you still carry that with you as a team?
Yeah, for sure. We have a lot of motivation going into these games, and we want to go as far as possible. So we're going to do whatever we can to make that happen.
With as physical as New York is and the way that they kind of keep you inside, what do you feel like is the best way to counter that on the offensive end to make sure you guys do get those efficient buckets?
Just passing to the open man when they're open, playing as a team. Whatever we create, we just got to pass to the open man and capitalize on it and take the best shot. So I feel like that's what we do best, and I feel like we're going to do that going into the series.
How much do you find yourself picking the brain of some of the teammates that you have that have had the playoff experience, like Donovan Mitchell and Karis LeVert? Do you see that increasing this week?
Yeah, for sure. We've been talking, having a lot of conversations about playoffs. The guys that's already been there, coaches as well. Anybody in the program, obviously, that's been in the playoffs or been far, just spilling their knowledge and just trying to soak it all up.
What's the best advice you've gotten from some of the teams?
Probably just the mental and physical preparation that goes into it beforehand, how challenging it's going to be. Every possession matters down the stretch and throughout the whole entire game. So you just got to prepare for that and be as ready as possible.
When you're defending Randall, what do you think you're
He's a threat from the three-point line. Likes to drive left-hand player. Strong. Stand in front. Being early. When you get to him, closing out hard so you don't have to open threes. Stuff like that. He's still going through personnel, so we're going to keep getting better and hone in on what he does.
How much of a difference is it for you defensively when Isaac is on the floor versus when he's not available?
When he's on the floor, he makes a big difference. Defense, he's out there, makes a lot of big plays, gets a lot of steals, also offensively as well. So he makes a good difference, a positive difference for us.
I know we've been stressing Julius Randle quite a bit in defending him, but how much of a threat is Jalen Brunson to you guys as well, just aside from just your personnel?
He's a high threat as well. Both of them are kind of main focuses, and we really got a lot of things like two best players on the team. So we definitely got to focus on them on the defensive end and offensive end, how we can attack and stop them.
And your brother Isaiah talks a lot about it. You guys talk about him. What is that ceiling? What are you guys talking about?
My brother?
Yeah, your brother.
Oh, I mean, his ceiling is wherever he can take it to. I mean, I feel like he has a very high ceiling. I feel like he has a chance to keep it growing and getting better. Wherever it takes it to.
It's a shame it's not really for playoffs.
I mean, yeah, I would definitely like to be out there and lose it, but I mean, it is what it is. We gotta keep going.
Having Donovan Mitchell aside, what do you think is the biggest difference in this team from this time last year in the play-in tournament to where you guys are now getting ready for this first round?
I think our defense has definitely gotten much better. Even last year we were really good at defense, but I feel like we got even better at knowing our stuff. And then offensively, I feel like guys really honed in on what to do. Like whether that's shooting, cutting, slashing, they know exactly what they're doing. We know the offense very well. We're going to get our shots, get to our spots. So.
Evan, statistically, the Knicks are near the bottom of the league in assists. They're near the bottom of the league in passes per game. When you're playing against a team that is that different stylistically, how do you approach that as a defender?
They like to play a little slower than most teams and be in pick rolls a lot. So you just gotta basically be in your spots whenever stuff happens, because they like to get in, snake a lot, dribble, be on the ball a lot, and kick out to the open defender later in the clock. So you got to be willing to play defense on 24 if so.
If we go back to 2021 when you were drafted, you were taken in the top 5, and there are a lot of guys that were drafted around you that aren't at this point where they're in the playoffs. When you got drafted in 2021, did you expect to be in the playoffs this soon?
I wanted to be. I guess I expected it, but that's what you work for. You work to keep getting better and make the team better and get as far as you can. I feel like last year we made it pretty far. I feel like we could have made it even farther last year. And this year we made it pretty far as well, and we're going to try to keep getting further and further as far as it goes.
Why did you expect it, despite joining the team that you did at the time that you did?
I just always been a winner. Just going out there, whatever team I'm on, just try to go out there and get wins. And winning takes care of everything. So I feel like when you come in here, I was just trying to win.
When you watch the film back and you see Mitchell Robinson and Isaiah Hartenstein on the glass, and especially with them providing second chance points for their team, is there anything that you've picked up that you think that you could use to kind of keep them off of that glass?
Just when the shot goes up, getting the body on them as quick as possible, not letting them get under the rim, use their size and strength. So just getting the body on them as early as possible, and then everyone else helped as well, and collectively rebound.
These are two of the slower paced teams in the league. What makes your guys' offense effective under those circumstances when the game slows down?
I feel like it helps our defense and offense. Defensively, I feel like when it's kind of slower pace, when we get in the half court, we're really good at defense. So, and then on offense, I feel like we've been really honing in and down the stretch. Like fourth quarters, we know our plays and our sets that we go to, and I feel like we execute them at a high clip.
Most offenses get worse when the game gets slower. But you guys, why are you guys good in those situations?
I'm not sure. I feel like everyone just locks in at that time and knows when it's really crunch time, and everyone steps the game up.
To help the big guys get the ball a little more when like you said, you have your sets and so on.
When it's set like that, you know where the ball is going to go to and how to get everyone the ball. So our execution has gotten better.
Jim was talking about how it helps to have a guy like you who can make plays out of the roll game and makes plays. I think you said you can make plays in small spaces. How did you develop that part of your game, and why are you good at it?
I feel like it kind of started in high school. I was put in that position a lot, screening and then being in a short roll and just reading the floor and making a decision from there. I feel like I could do that at a pretty high rate. So it just kind of comes naturally, and I got some reps at it in college and then now in the NBA.
All right, thanks, Ed.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.